Is this level okay? I hope so. I hope that I am in frame. We're doing this on take one because it's late and I want to go sleep. And fortunately, I know how to edit out the bit where I walked into frame wearing my undies. Yeah, because of the way my brain works, I've kind of forgotten what I wanted to talk about. But it's just nice to talk and have a cuppa and a bicky. So, yeah, welcome to this channel that's, I suppose it's my life. I've just received terrible news. A very close has rather advanced liver cancer. So let's just add that on top of all the woes that are going on in life over here. I literally found it out about 10 minutes ago. That sucks. My dad sent me a text informing me of this. Not going to say who it is because that's their life and it's not my place to, it's still very new. It's not my place to share this, and I don't think anyone that would be affected by it follows this channel. But to those of you who do, thank you. This video isn't going to be anything exciting. I'm just going to literally have a cup of tea, talk to myself, and by myself I mean my phone, and by my phone I mean the internet, and by definition that's you who's watching it. Some of you may know me, some of you may not know me on a personal level. To those of you that know me on a personal level, hi, hello, hoe gaan het? Away. Nice to talk to you, me. This is weird. Is this good content? No, it's not. But as I said right in the beginning, that doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter. So this is what's on my mind. I'm a nice guy. I'm a people pleaser. I come from a long lineage of people pleasers. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you're also a nice person. And I think there's truth in the saying. Unfortunately, nice guys finish last. Yeah, so that sucks. What am I going to do about it? I'm not going to not be a nice guy. But I came across a motivational message which I will share. It's very short. It's basically the only person constant in your life is you. So why not prioritize yourself? Prioritize your well-being, prioritize your health, prioritize your, just prioritize you, man. There's no need to be selfish about it, but suppose if you put yourself out to the beck and call of every other person out there, you need to put some time out for yourself. You need to find out who you are. I need to find out who the fluke I am. Turns out I don't really know. But it's going to be exciting to get to know who I am. I suppose I do know I am, but do I have the guts to become that person? What's a coping mechanism? What's the real me? Who's the real you? Are you living the real you, or are you conforming to social pressures and societal norms? Cheers, by the way. If you've come from Instagram or TikTok and you've made a cup of tea and taken your pants off and taken your bra off, thank you. That's wow. That's quite something. Thank you. Grab a little bicky as well. A cup of tea. Suppose I could fast forward me eating biscuits, but I'm not going to talk with my mouth full. My mom raised me well. One nice thing that happened is going on in my life, I suppose. I work for a very nice company. I've registered my own company. I had this idea that I was going to scrap copper cable. When I ran the numbers, and it's a big volume game. It's not viable, so I have to do about like 40 kilograms of cable an hour to make it viable. And to sit there with yourself feeding wise through to do 50 kilograms an hour, it's just not going to cut it. So I need some stability in my life. And the good news is that I wanted to share is I sat with my manager's manager today, like the HR manager, and I've basically been guaranteed an extension on my contract, or a new contract which is coming up in December. So that's good. I need some stability in my life. So employment gives me some form of security, because I can't talk about all the other shit that's going on. A trained monkey could do what I do right now. And if you do what a monkey can do, you get paid in bananas. And I raised that point, and I understand that the company said that, we can't pay you more because the position doesn't justify it. But at least I've got that. At least that I've got the guarantee of employment. The company that I've registered, Time Wars Trading, that I want to do, one of my ideas was scrapping copper. That fell through, so I've got to go back to my whiteboard. I've called my ideas brain faults. So back to the whiteboard, so as we say, hey? What are we going to do? What are you going to do? Side hustles and stuff. Do I go and get my brain fixed, or get my brain under control is maybe a better way of putting it. And in order to get my brain in control, I think I said in one of my previous, all over the place, one of my previous videos, it's not official yet, in one of my previous videos, I mentioned that I am not yet clinically diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 42. However, all my research that I have done so far indicates that. All the professionals that I have spoken to leading up to up to now can't confirm it, but they say that all signs point towards it. I'm having a diagnostic interview on Monday the 30th of October, and then once I've gone through a diagnostic interview, then I will be diagnosed officially with whatever it is going on in my brain. However, I say, from all the research that I've done, if we can compare ADHD with a duck, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, swims like a duck, sounds like a duck, it's probably a freaking duck. But don't count your chickens before they hatch, don't make assumptions, you know. But yeah. So, I'm trying to make lifestyle changes. This is all new to me. I mean, it's been coming on. I've had this, my life seems to make sense now. And I've probably forgot what I've said in my previous videos. I'm just going to end up repeating myself. My word. But I can't just go and get some Ritalin now and everything's going to be fantastic. And I'm going to be like that. I get some NZT, that limitless pill where I can just, like, my brain works now. And I can then focus and hold, start a career at 40 freaking 2. As I said, all my other peers seem to have gone ahead of me and been able to, make something of their lives. This time, I might not hit the highest highs, but I can definitely do something. I've got some decisions to make. So there's some advice which you can, maybe take from my life. How about this? You're not the only one. If you're also in a situation where you're not quite sure where you're going to go or what you need to do, here's life advice. Sometimes before you get to move forward, you've got to stand still and force yourself to think, come up with a plan, and then execute it. And if that plan fails, stop again, think again, come up with a new plan, and then try again. This is like Dungeons and Dragons from the movie The Bard. I make plans. What do you bring to the body? I make plans. Does anybody watching this play Dungeons and Dragons? I play a little bit. I want to play more. I've played one proper session, which was fantastic, and I've DM'd 2. I would like to DM the next session, but yeah, life is happening. I'm not in a, oh no, it's just too awkward to do that now. Oh, I'm not going to edit any of this. I'm just going to upload and go, because to go and sit and edit this whole video is just there's too much time. I don't have time. And the little bit of time that I do have, and the little bit of time that I'm able to focus on something, I can't spend all that time editing videos. But I enjoy making these videos. It's nice just to get things off your chest, get things off my chest. I'm very grateful for my friends and family that I've been able to speak to going through this time. And you don't need lots of people in your life. You just need a few close people, or followers, and having many acquaintances, it actually means nothing. You just need a handful of close friends. Well, if you move to a new country, like me and my family have, it takes time to build or to make new friends, and it's effort. It takes time and effort. One of my good friends who's currently living in South Africa said to me, "Don't be a doos. Be a nice guy." That's just one of the simple rules in life. So if you're trying to make friends, just be a nice person. Don't be an asshole. Yeah. I suppose this is social media stuff, so hey, feel free to like comment and stuff. I'm having a cup of rooibos. What kind of drink are you drinking? Did you take your pants off? Let me know. Not like in a like weird way. This is just everyone's got their own quirks. Sometimes pants are just overrated, man. But we need them to conform to society, I suppose. You don't want to go walking around with, all your bits boinging about. How are you doing? I'd like to know. Send me a. Maybe you can private me. I don't know. Is there like a DM thing? Send me a DM or put in a comment. Take time in your life to enjoy silences, awkward pauses in conversation. Suppose it's a case to shut up and think for a while. It's also okay to just shut up and not think about anything. Sit there and stare blankly at a wall. It's like your brain just goes. Apparently, a lot of men do that. We go into our nothing box. There's a whole video series. I can't remember who did it. Female brain versus the male brain. Everyone's got little boxes. Men, we've got a nothing box. Spend a lot of time in the nothing box. Mustn't spend too much time in the nothing box. You must time horse the floof out of your life. Spend time working towards something good. That's the time horse way. Work consistently towards something good, and then something good has to happen. Please. Come on, let's workshop this a bit. Let's brainstorm. What? It's scary. Since my copper idea is not going to work, I could do like a bit of drop shipping. Or I've got some ideas of things that I'd like to sell online. Just got to get around to doing that. But let's face it, I don't see that making big bucks. I have these dreams of being wealthy. But maybe I should just focus on being happy. So there you go. Maybe that's something you can do too. Try and find contentness in your heart and your mind. Find happiness in what you're doing, because I think a lot of people just rush around in dead-end jobs, doing what we have to do to survive. Meanwhile, the corporations, man, the 1%, that control our lives. And how's all that? Oh no, let's not even go down that road. That's a powder keg of a conversation. I was going to talk about what's happening in Israel and the Gaza Strip, and I do not know enough about that to even start commenting. So what I will say is like, wow, man, that's hectic. There's some serious stuff happening. That's all I'll say. Don't you think this is a fairly one-sided conversation? It would be nice if like you could talk back to me. I don't have enough followers to do live streaming. So there you go. Come on, hit the subscribe. You don't have to watch. Subscribe, and then I can do this to do. It's a service to the few people that might actually want to have like a chat. It's nice to talk to people. We can have a cup of tea together. Tea warms the cockles of your heart. I don't quite know what a cockle is, but apparently tea warms them. So your heart has many cockles. My mother always used to say, tea warms up the cockles of your heart. Are there any night owls out there? I've always been a night owl because of my undiagnosed ADHD. Apparently, we have bad sleeping habits, and often it would become the norm that I'd go to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning and then get up at 6 to go to work. We'll go to bed at 3 and wake up at 5:15, so you can be on the bus by 6, so you can be at the warehouse by 7, so you can be at the job site by 8. And that's not safe. You can't be tired when you're on a job. And lack of sleep is not good for your brain. So I'm trying to implement some lifestyle changes. My fear is that I won't stick to them because, like many things in my life, most things in my life, I will hyperfixate on something and then do that for like 3 to 4 months, and then that just kind of fades away. And then I'll find something else to fixate on, and then I'll do that for a couple of months, and then that fades away. But I really need to, I don't know how to say the word fix myself, but I need to get myself in a better way of operating. Like my body was a machine, or if my life was a machine, I need to rewire this thing. My life, I need to reboot it. Alt Control Delete. End all tasks. Let's restart. Let's put some new software in. And get this whole thing going again. So the lifestyle changes that I'm trying to make. I'm taking a cue from Andrew Huberman. Go and search for him on the internet. I can just be one of the many people that talk on the internet and just rehash what other people say because, original thought is maybe not my strongest point. Why are phones beeping? Are there flat batteries and messages? I'm not at all distractible. All right, lifestyle changes. Getting enough sleep, which means I now need to go to bed. Like now, finish my tea, go to bed. So I can get at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep. But I don't sleep well. So I've now started taking herbal sleeping pills to give me a fighting chance to sleep. Also taking note of sleep cycles, like every 90 minutes, but with enough time to get at least a couple of sleep cycles in. Exercising in the morning, I've started started lifting weights, bro. I'm getting swole. And by lifting weights, I don't think too much about it. I literally have like not a dumbbell, a kettlebell. It's a weight, and then I lift it because it's weight lifting. Don't overthink things. Just find a weight, and then you lift it. You can lift it like this. You can lift it like this. You can just lift it. Just move that shit around. So yeah, that has to happen in the morning because that gives you a dopamine kick, because people like me need dopamine to be able to focus. Stop beeping, I'm trying to make videos. And then also, the cold shower. I don't have it, like it's trending right now. Everyone's doing ice baths. Dude, that's like it's very cold. But so you wake up at 6, and then you lift some weights. You take your weight and then you lift it a couple of times. So by definition, that's weightlifting. And then you have a shower, and then when you're in the shower, oh, nice and warm. And then I turn it cold, and then it gets very cold, and that gives you a bit of a adrenaline or a dopamine boost, which lasts during the day. Also, I like coffee, yellow teeth. And the name of this channel is Time Horse 420. That can also give you an indication to why I have yellow teeth. But that, as much as I love the Time Horse 420, I've actually kind of cut that out, because the professionals say that it increases your dopamine, it allows you to focus, but you forget what you're focusing on. And why not listen to some professionals for once in my life? So I'm not knocking it. I'm just not doing that now. And why did I get so self-conscious about my brown teeth? We all have our qualms and quirks that we feel insecure about, and one of them is my teeth. But coffee, so no caffeine for at least 90 minutes after waking up, because it's got to do with some sort of chemical in your brain that starts with the letter A. I can't remember what it is. Let's just call it azimuthine. And then if you drink caffeine with the first thing with the azimuthine, it either drops it or it raises it, and then by 3 o'clock in the afternoon you're like tired, body shuts down. So yeah, I feel fine during the day. I've never really felt tired. Also, it's very hard in the Netherlands now to, as you wake up, you must get like sunlight in your eyes. But it's winter now, and the sun comes up at like 10 o'clock. It's autumn, Herbst. It's almost winter, but the sun comes up late and then goes down early. So let's do the lights on. That also does things with chemicals in your brain. So those are the things that I'm trying to implement. Exercising in the morning, sleeping more, cutting out certain recreational dopamine enablers is a nice way to put it. No caffeine for the first 90 minutes, bright light, cold showers. And I hope that I can do that consistently. And I hope over time, doing something good over time consistently will lead to something good. And that's the Time Horse way. Yeah. Okay, my tea's finished. If you've watched this video, thank you. I have one of my best ugly t-shirts on for the occasion, and definitely no pants. That's the one thing I need to edit out. Okay, it's now time to go sleep. Much love and shit, bro. Go Time Wars. Here's to nice guys not finishing last.